back from outer space. I'm walking down and help me out, guys, with the lyrics. Dun, dun, dun.
So what?
Damn, y'all not
You're
gonna help a
wrong.
brother out?
Can't even help you.
How
I'm
do I
helping you. I'm
help
lost
you?
too, right?
You don't know that song by? Damn, what's her name?
Damn, you don't know that song by? Oh, I guess you don't. Okay, cool.
I really don't. What was her name?
Oh
I don't
no.
know.
It wasn't Aretha Franklin, right? No.
Don't know. I'm not even sure what you were attempting to do with that voice.
I'm
but,
back from
yeah.
outer space. The outer space song. I've been.
Lonely Island.
Wow.
I mean, if anyone's gonna have a song that opens like that, I mean, I'm not too far off.
I will survive. Demi Lovato. Wait, no, not Demi Lovato.
Whoa.
That sounds really wrong.
Who the fuck's man? Who's the first person to sing this? Oh my gosh, that's gonna mess with me. I'm just gonna leave it. Hold up. I will survive. Original. Who sung it? God damn it! Gloria Gaynor? Yeah, I don't know this bitch. Anyway, welcome to the
all of that. You paused the whole intro just to get that information.
Welcome to the IMO podcast, the most politically correct podcast on the entire internet, ladies and gentlemen.
But we know all of our facts and all of the people who sing the songs we cover.
And we fact check that shit.
On stream, so you know it's real.
So you know it's real. There ain't no faking this shit over here, son. This is 100%.
Monkey.
My name is Andre. I'm usually the host sometimes. We have Jared.
What's up, pimp? How you doing, man?
What's going on?
I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. How you doing?
You know, another week.
Another week?
Another IMO podcast, which you should definitely be subscribing to right now.
You heard the man?
Yeah, so if y'all don't mind, go ahead and mash the fuck.
Okay, don't do that. I hate it when people say that.
Fuck?
No, like
Mash to fuck.
No, like mash that like button. Destroy that like button. Why don't you just click the like button? Why you gotta destroy it?
I mean, they can click on. Well, you can't click on it twice because that will unsubscribe.
But why destroy it though? Other people gotta use that shit.
I mean, you gotta show enthusiam when subscribing to us.
Do it with a smile. Shit. Why we always gotta be aggressive?
Like,
Because black people are aggressive, son.
Okay.
Have you ever noticed that we all when we own dogs, we gotta have the most aggressive dog.
Okay.
First off, Rottweilers are fucking teddy bears, and you're gonna take that back.
Wait, say it again.
Rottweilers are fucking teddy bears.
Sorry,
and you're
it
gonna
depends on
take
who
that back,
raises
you
them.
piece of shit.
Have you ever?
You should not talk about bulldogs
Yeah, I'm about to say no. Pit
No.
bulls. Pit bulls.
or pit bulls. My bad.
Pit bulls are also teddy bears, dude.
Pit bulls are adorable.
It all
man.
depends on the niggas raising them. Yes, niggas.
This will take a moment.
Like I never seen a nigga with a Dalmatian. Or
Them niggas
golden
aggressive.
retriever.
Those niggas are actually aggressive. Like actually aggressive. Like there is no cut cards with them. They just I am
Golden
born like
retrievers?
this. No, he said Dalmatians.
Okay, okay, so I don't know nothing about Dalmatians, so I just gotta take your word on that one.
So,
Yeah, but we got our own German Shepherds and. Nah, I can't get more aggressive than a German Shepherd. I think I won that argument there. Anyway.
The police dogs, bro.
Chihuahuas.
I always.
Oh yeah, those are the fucking devil.
Yeah, but can we even really call them dogs?
That's the problem. Like they know they aren't dogs. That's why they're so mean and shit.
Yeah.
Like they always gotta like, oh, you're bigger than me. All right, square up, cuz. All right, I'm gonna back up just cause you bigger than me. But yeah, you a bitch though.
Anyway, did we introduce Maurice? Hey, Maurice.
Oh yeah, there's that other nigga that's there. What's up, Maurice?
Damn. You
Hey,
want him to
what's
talk
up?
to you like that?
I was swallowing some coffee when he said
Okay. So
Caught him
we
slipping.
never say
Stop
swallowing
lacking.
Ever again.
Stop
that.
lacking.
Stop
Say it.
lacking.
Stop lacking.
What am I lacking?
Never mind. It's like I caught. It's like I caught you at the point where you couldn't make a response, so I caught you lacking.
Yeah.
Like you were sipping coffee. Why you gotta say swallow though? You could have just said sipping coffee.
Yeah, you could
though.
have said drinking.
Because it was going down my throat.
doesn't
I'm
help.
Maurice, and I host the other shows sometimes.
When?
sometimes.
Okay. Emphasis on the sometimes there, ladies and gentlemen.
I remember
Super
back in the day when this man was hosting and streaming the show like a G.
He was a good.
Oh my God.
He was a good man right there.
Shit,
Kill
I
me
was-
now. Dude.
She
Oh
said
my
he'll
God.
be now.
He was the real MVP back in the day, y'all.
Indicate that there is an awoken artifact somewhere.
Anyway, guys, we have a terrific show for you guys this week, so stay tuned for all of the nonsense, I guess.
Artifact found.
Anyway,
Until the extraction.
let's just get right into the shits because I'm gonna dive head first. Boy, I'm about to die. Nah, y'all probably don't know that because y'all not niggas anyway.
Thank you.
Huh? Well, I guess that was a compliment. I'm mad that you laughed at that. I've had several A tier or at least B tier jokes. And this is the one that you laugh at.
I was laughing at the situation because it seemed like I kind of stumped you on like a retort, and that's what I was laughing at.
Okay. You wasn't laughing at me. You was laughing at. Okay, so anyway.
I wasn't laughing with you. I was laughing at you.
Basically.
Steven Universe. Are we all caught up with Steven Universe, Jared?
I'm not because I forgot that show.
Stop it!
I forgot that
Stop
show.
it!
I forgot
What?
that show existed for real, for real. I
Leave
can't
him
even lie.
alone. He's just a boy.
I
Yeah,
don't know. He a grown man, son. He living on his own. He got a better car than me.
Yeah,
He got a
okay.
wife. Man,
Not yet,
me and
but
Jared
alright.
over here living. Jared over here doing real man
Oh
things.
yeah, you are about to be fucking married, aren't you?
I'm about to get
And you
dropped.
6'4". God
Why?
damn.
What
son.
does that have to do with shit?
Oh, calm your tall ass down.
Right, son.
How? How?
You drive a don't you drive a Mustang?
I drive a Charger.
That's even worse.
Look, okay, that's the only car that can really fit me. All right, chill. All these other cars small as shit, yo.
Damn, you tall as shit, son.
You think it's
Walk
you think
up,
I'm
like
joking?
just go around in a wheelchair or something, son.
You couldn't be in a
Tall ass.
Toyota Camry, son.
Son, do
The
you
Toyota
understand?
Camry was too small.
I don't like my head touching the fucking roof of the car. I'm just saying.
Chargers do sit drive like low though. I
Like,
don't see how y'all
it's,
do that shit.
it's a boat. It literally is a fucking boat.
I don't see how y'all do that shit. son. I can't drive like that. That shit wild. Anyway, besides Jared being tall as shit. Jared, so you're not caught up on Steven Universe?
Nah, I personally don't care for spoilers anymore. I gotta catch up on it, especially since this movie's coming out with My Life as a Teenage Robot Jenny as being the villain. Just saying.
Oh yeah, I noticed that too.
Son, I'm looking
That's
at this.
crazy.
I'm looking at this shit. I'm like, I know they didn't just put Jenny as the villain. Stop playing.
Yeah,
with
like
me.
her fucking poster is crazy.
Like, I know it's not, but I'm just like, for real, they made that shit look so similar.
They could have did a little bit they could have did a little bit better, but let's not. We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. Steven Universe is one of the greatest cartoons of the modern age. All right, so now that we can all agree on that. If you, I mean, it's really too much to like go into to break down the whole synopsis of or to give you a synopsis of Steven Universe as a whole. But basically, boy, damn, I can't even start there.
Hiatus. Go ahead.
Steven Universe has been on one of the longest hiatuses of all time. So.
No, I thought you were gonna go in like I was gonna interrupt you every time you said something like hiatus, next hiatus, and then a hiatus, and then another one.
Nah, I mean, I can't because I'll just agree. Like,
Like, I'm just-
Steven Universe has been on a long ass hiatus, son. You know what? Fuck it. We're not even gonna
Hiatus.
explain Steven Universe. If you know, you know. Like, that's pretty much it. Last year it was revealed that we was gonna get a Steven Universe movie, and we haven't heard shit since then until yesterday.
Well, no, we have, but it hasn't been much of like any information regarding its release. Like today was actually the first day we actually got some form of fucking like information about like what the movie is going to be about. Well, not what it's going to be about, but how it's going to look or where it kind of fits into the Steven Universe lore. Because like before, it could have just been like non-canon, or it could have been in a different dimension, or something like that. You know?
True. Steven Universe, you just don't really know what direction they can take, you know, the series.
Or how
Even though
long
they-
it'll take.
Or how long it'll take. Yeah, you're right, Jared. Shut the fuck up. Alright. But yeah. So the main problem right now with Steven Universe is we just go so fucking long, as Jared is saying, without like information or story advancement or just news in general. Like, I swear to God, like before then we got news that we got random ass news like it might be a musical, and Chance the Rapper is going to be in it. And
I mean, I think that's still true.
Oh no, all those things I just said are indeed true, but
Oh.
it's the fact that we go 7. You announce something, and it's like 7 or 8 months before anything, before new episodes, or just like it's really
Well,
tiring.
to be fair, Dragon Ball Super didn't release that much information when it first came out. I mean, when that first came out, not Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super's movie didn't release that much information about like the character or anything until like I think a month before or a couple months before.
It's hard to compare those Steven Universe and Dragon Ball, only because I know that Dragon Ball Super, because it's an anime, and those niggas don't take breaks. Dragon Ball Super has been very consistent as far as just releasing content, throughout what it's 3-year run, something like that. And Steven Universe is like, all right, here's 5 episodes here and nothing for 6 months, and here's another 3 episodes here, and then nothing for 8 months, and that shit gets tiring after like a while, and it goes like, man, well, shit, I can't. It's hard for me to get invested or be somewhat excited for whatever they do next. And even though I am very excited for this movie, I swear to God, I am. It's like you just can't be playing with people's heartstrings and be like, well, it's coming. Here's a poster.
Well,
and
yeah, I mean, I will say this: it is every like few months that we get like new episodes. But when every time they release something of worth or a cluster of episodes, they show everything in like a week and then go on their hiatus. So it's not, it's not ideal, but it's not. It's also not like that bad.
So okay, here's where I get tilted. When you do give us like a couple months hiatus, and then I get a bunch of filler shit. Like I can like for real, like okay, so you made me wait this long for what? Me to find out that something completely irrelevant to the story is happening that I don't care about when we're in some real neck deep shit and I want to know what happens next? All right, bro, you can eat one. I'm sorry, I'm not with it.
Well, that did happen early on. I'll give you that. But like recently, it's been a little bit better. Like everything felt like it was building towards something, and it kind of had a bit of a payoff at the end. Like when Lars died, or when Sadie got
Quote,
the band, that all kind of happened in 1 week. No, he definitely died.
No, like because he came back. That's what I said.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
Nigga was definitely dead.
Yeah. I was like, damn, we go that dark? All right, Lars just died like that?
No, I mean, well, the creator did come out and say that he's basically just a pink zombie.
I feel you. Damn, that's kind of dark when you think about it.
That show.
We kill it off, little
like
kid. Oh, go ahead.
That show is just like one of those shows that has like a lot of dark undertones, like Adventure Time. Someone else who actually had like near perfect runs.
I think Adventure Time was a little bit darker than Steven Universe.
No, it definitely is. It definitely is. But Steven Universe is definitely the lighter show, but some of their themes go into pretty decent gray areas.
Yeah.
And by decent, I mean like damn, I don't know what the fuck I mean. Maybe I'm fucked up. Shit. They go into pretty significant gray areas, I guess.
The what was that theme about Lapis? I still can't believe that they did the domestic abuse trope that they were playing on. How Lapis and Jasper, and they were like quote unquote together.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They really weren't like good for each other, but then Lapis was like, I want to be with her. I'm like, oh shit, we're going this route? This is a kid's show. Yeah, that shit was super.
Yeah, I give the adults a reason to watch too, man. Like,
And that's another thing. They know that a lot of adults watch this shit too. So that's probably what they're doing, that shit.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's exactly why.
Back to the Steven Universe movie. We got a poster. Steven has a neck.
Yo, my boy got a neck.
My man finally got some. Well, no, this is a children's show. No, Steven is 14, right?
I think.
Still child
Kinda.
Well, I mean,
he's half rock.
You're the one that took it there, because I'm pretty sure they were definitely 14 and well. I want to say that they at least did a 2-year time skip. That's what I'm gonna say.
2 years, the boy could grow a
So
neck.
that would make Steven around 16. They were definitely 16-year-olds are definitely having sex. So I don't that seems about right. So I'm justifying what I just said. My man Steven finally got these cheeks. a cartoon.
That does not make it better whatsoever.
Yes, it does.
No, it
No,
doesn't.
it doesn't.
No, it
Makes it
doesn't.
much better. Makes it much better.
Whatever.
Makes it much better.
So the significance of this is when this kind of tells us a little bit where this takes place. It definitely takes place after the season finale of season 8, I believe.
God
Or
damn, I don't
five.
think it's season 8. God.
No, it's not. I might be
Whoa,
wrong.
whoa.
Of their last season, season
Yeah.
5,
Yes, it
season
was
finale of
5.
season 5. So a lot, well, at least for me, a lot of my concern with like where the show could go next was very. I was worried, right? I didn't know if they were going to age up Steven and actually make an interesting story, or if they were going to just keep him the same age and just make some
Yeah.
more boring shit about him getting people together, being friends and
Yeah.
shit. I think that this
Shit, they
aging
might
him
still
up,
do that and have him get and just have him be older.
that's a fair point. I would like to be more hopeful and think that they're going to tell more interesting stories about him. Now that he's older and more aged up, and he has like a more mature, maybe he'll have like a more mature outlook on life or on his fights going forward.
I'm actually 100% agreeing with you. Steven needed to be aged up. We've been not only are we're getting fatigued of, because Steven Universe premiered in 2013. That was 6 fucking years ago. And then he's just, it is still a children's show, but he just has this extremely lighthearted, charismatic, happy-go-lucky attitude towards life, to a point where it almost starts to become unrealistic and uninteresting to watch him go through his struggles, because we already know what his reactions to shit is going to be, because they play him up to be pretty much 7 years old and shit,
Right.
when he's actually fucking 14. That shit was actually starting to get on my nerves. It's like, goddamn, can you be angry at something? Can you punch something? Can you have a little bit of violence? Can you have some character development?
Right.
Something. It was starting to get a little bit annoying. But now that they finally aged him up, maybe, and I already know they're not gonna go into full blown, Daredevil territory with this, but I would like to see some different things coming out of Steve.
I just don't. I appreciate them trying to find like more creative ways to have Steven solve his problems. I think that's a very good positive message for the kids watching the show. My only thing is like, I mean, that's not going to be all of his problems. All of his problems he just can't talk to. Like
Right.
even Naruto kind of just realized like
Naruto's
they gotta
not
die.
exactly Naruto's not the best example there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, this one's not a good example either because he kind of got a cop out as well. But Aang was teetering on that point, like, I just can't talk everybody out of shit. Or I can't, like, bring everything to a peaceful resolution sometimes.
Right.
Some things are just going to be really fucked up. It's going to be completely out of my control.
Actually, that's actually a pretty good analogy there. They could do, just go the Avatar route. Like, just give us a little bit of...
He got a bit of a cop.
Yeah, he got the peaceful solution he wanted. It's just like he kind of struggled with
but
that.
they were at least playing with the fact that, like, oh shit, I might actually have to kill this.
Yeah,
they
you
at least went there.
Yeah,
especially
And
with like,
I just don't feel that from Steven. It's always, all right, let me find we're family, we're friends. I'm like, come on, son. These niggas are here to kill all of you niggas.
Right.
We gotta
Right. Dude, like, I honestly believe if that was written by someone else and they were given that material for White Diamond would have killed everybody he was partied with and made Steven just go to his room anyway.
Yeah, and spoilers for Jared at this point. But I don't like that White Diamond situation. I didn't like. I mean, it was cool when they first introduced her, but holy shit, they introduced her, and once again, spoiler alert for Jared and pretty much everybody else. They introduced White Diamond, and then they have her turn in like 3 episodes. I'm like, holy shit.
I've never seen something that serious before, dude. Like,
yeah, it was that for me, that was pretty bad, because this was White Diamond was kind of played up to be like not the main antagonist of the series, but
yeah,
something similar to that, like that. This is the big bad, and they just have her.
Yeah, because you see her power. She's like able to control gems with just a thought. She's able to, she's big as fuck. Like,
No, she's big as shit, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Caleb, yeah, it is a kid show, and I've said that it is a kid show like multiple times on the show today. But even kid shows even went there with a more realistic tone of how things might actually go. And yes, I get it. This is a fucking show about space gems and shit. But
like even Static Shock was a kid show, and they went into like school shootings. Drake and Josh also had like some pretty dark tones as well.
Oh yeah, we went to racism with Static Shock with Richie's dad, bro. That was hardcore.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hardcore. Like damn.
I'm sorry, I was laughing at that episode.
Fucking Adventure Time is like the most kiddie show, most like. It looks the most kid friendly, but then when you actually start paying attention to the lore of Adventure Time, you realize this is some pretty dark shit going on, and it's like borderline on like witchcraft. Like, I believe in the devil type witchcraft.
I feel as though if a show is able to air on Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, or Disney, it's intended for kids, like as a cartoon.
For sure. But but you can see the underlying, like the undertones of it that. People who, these writers, they're pretty smart. They know how to get a point across that says, okay, yeah, this is a kid show, but we're gonna pepper in some
like this gonna be some real shit.
Something for the adults who have to watch it,
Yeah, I mean, fuck, even SpongeBob was like that.
Some. Just some.
I don't know, it's like every 10 episodes, it's like something like adult themed,
Yeah.
Or like fucking Rocco. Rocco.
Yeah, let's not go to 90s Nickelodeon. That's not.
Yeah, we can go pretty deep into the rabbit hole on this one.
Remember Ren and Stimpy? No, we're not.
Whoa. All right, that's what we stop right there.
Yeah, that's dark territory right there. But
yeah. 4 kids, just remember that.
Yeah, I don't like I said, I don't feel like it's. I get it. Rebecca Sugar, she's on the LGBTQIAAQ, whatever the fuck they're going by these days. And she's trying to pander to the whole let's just talk it out thing, but nah, man, Rebecca Sugar needs to watch some anime. I'm sorry, that was actually one of my points to something else we're going to talk about. I didn't want to go there yet, but yeah, Rebecca Sugar needs to watch some anime because this shit is starting to get annoying. But yeah, extremely excited for the movie. I'm excited to see Steven Universe get a neck. And oh man, I wonder how they're going to do Connie. Not in only her design, but her as a character, because she doesn't age like Steven.
No, and that's even more interesting because like you don't know how far along the time skip is, because that could be Steven in like 5-10 years just because of how his powers work.
Right. Yeah, like Connie. Well, they're probably not going to go to full blown adult. They'll probably just have. Connie was confirmed to be 12, I think, which is also wild.
No, 13.
I mean, 12, 13.
No, because she was like a year younger than Steven, who was like 14.
And Steven was 14. I thought it was 2. And that's why Connie was like, what the fuck? You're 14? I think it was 12. I'm going to stick to my guns and say 12. Either way,
in Reunited, she was 13. In 12, she was 12 on his birthday, but when Reunited happened.
Well, that's fair then. Well, in that case, 2 years.
Oh shit, that's a pretty serious time jump too.
But that means, so if it, I feel that they won't go too far ahead in the future. Like the max, I think, is 2 years because Rebecca Sugar was watching anime. And
I fucking wish.
And so yeah, because they probably still want to keep the core of what Steven is, but just age him up just a little bit so that things are a little bit different. And it was pretty much time, because as a story like standpoint, Steven's character development was pretty much over at the end of the last season. Like the show damn well could have ended if they chose.
I would say probably even before that.
I think I see the point that the point you were saying, but I think that once again, spoiler, that thing with White Diamond where he like really discovers who he is. That's kind of like Steven's
that did
crescendo
happen
right there.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
So yeah, so they definitely needed to do something. So yeah, good job, Crooniverse. Good job. Rebecca Sugar, please watch some anime. Speaking of anime, actually, damn, there's actually two things about anime on here. Let's get this one out the way. Digimon. I can't believe we're talking about Digimon on here. I never thought that we would get to this point, but here we talking about Digimon.
Well, I mean, you had to figure with them like bringing back these old classics. I mean, like, these classic animes and trying to reinvent them in a way.
True.
So this one is actually a movie, which were the Digimon movies were always like pretty hype, like from the first generation. Yeah, so they're actually going back with the first generation with like I think his name's Tai or TK. No, TK is the kid.
Nah, Tai.
Tai, it's Tai. Yeah, so they're going back with Tai and Agumon, the original team up, because Agumon's apparently been in the series again since then, and he had a different partner, and I was confused. I was just I don't know.
We don't after season 4 we just don't talk about it.
Was that the one with the Beast Morphers?
Yes.
The mind nigga.
That's
why you on the podcast. That's why you on the podcast.
Like, we don't. Yeah, we after that. I think they had one where it was like it was almost a card game, and I'm like, okay, look.
That was generation 2 or 3. Three.
The one where Agumon came back and he was with this other.
Oh, they've done a card game before though.
Oh no, I'm sorry. No, not Tamers. That one is okay. Actually, that one was actually pretty good actually. But
that one was godlike.
It was the one directly after the 4th season. That's the one. I think it was Data Squad.
With the Agumon with the red.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Your man was edgy, son.
Yeah, we don't talk about that one. But, shit, what the fuck are we talking about? I'll be honest with you, I'm not too excited for this. I'm
really?
Probably,
you want to see them back in there for one?
I'll tell you for one reason, because I'm about to show my nerdness real quick. I know the first couple movies. That's what the show is for. The first, well, technically in Japan it was actually several. So what we call Digimon the movie here in the States was actually a couple shorts in Japan. So they weren't like all one thing. It was like a couple shorts in Japan. Now that we got that out the way, that those segments were directed by a director called, I believe, I'm going to butcher his name, Mamoru Hosoda or something to that effect. He's the guy that did Summer Wars and Wolf Children.
Fucking love. That's why Summer Wars reminded me of Digimon.
Yeah.
Go on.
And damn, he did another movie that I really wanted to watch. I think it was.
It was really recent, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
We talked about it on the show, but I don't think we ever watched it.
Yeah, I think it was The Boy and the Beast or something like that. He's not going to be involved in this project. Mm-hmm. And for what I've seen from Digimon Tri, I don't think this is going to be all that good. I just think that they kind of sucked the soul out of it. Because once you take away that awesome director who's literally put his stamp on the entire series, or at least the movies or the specials. Because he went on to do, remember the return of Diaboromon? He even did that shit, and that shit was awesome. And he's not coming back. So I'm not excited to see it, because he's not going to be a part of it. I'm not going to get that feeling, that tenseness that I got from Summer Wars and Wolf Children and the first Digimon movie. I'm not going to get that, and the animation style is not what I prefer either. So it's kind of a dope.
Yeah, the fact that like the last scene of Summer Wars is pretty much is like
the same thing,
scene for scene.
It's pretty much the same movie.
Yeah, it is. Isn't it?
I feel that it's not going to. I feel that it's one, it's a cash grab because everybody's on the nostalgia tip right now.
Right.
And
I mean, that's been like us for like a minute, like a long minute.
Yeah, and a lot of it
like not, or as you would say, a brick.
A brick. Brick. It means any and everything, ladies and
a brick.
The unit of measurement is a.
So,
yeah.
I question, because after watching that trailer and when you see their last adventure, how are they gonna like spin this to be now like what Super did as a series? Like,
who cares? I'm sorry to be. I don't want to be cynical, but like really, who the fuck cares? Like, because everything's been retconned ever since they went back and did Try. None of that shit. Like at the end of the season.
Also,
2.
Beast Morphers is done.
I don't know what Beast Morphers was.
The Beast when they morphed into the actual Digimon.
I don't think that might still be canon because they don't mention Tai in them. But I remember the endings for, the grown-up versions of the first, well, quote-unquote, first Digidestin. Tai went up, he grew up to be like a businessman. Matt married Sora out of nowhere. They had a kid, and Matt's a musician. I think TK
You said
became
Sora. My mind went to the other.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I was the only one.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, nah, I'm not for it, cause, and for one, we don't even get from what I can see, I don't think we're getting the entire crew. We're not getting. It's just gonna be Agumon and Tai, and I'm not saying that they can't tell a good story there. It's just when you think of Digimon, you think of the entire crew, not just Tai and Agumon. So yeah, I'm not really not too excited for it.
I'll watch it.
No, you won't, because you didn't watch it.
I won't. I won't say I'm excited for it just because I'm not a huge Digimon fan. So for that
Same here.
reason, but I think this is an interesting concept to run with, and I'm a sucker for like going back and like revisiting old storylines or old characters, because like we don't get a whole lot of it. Well, we do. I'm sorry, but we may not have gotten a whole lot of that character. We wanted to see more, or see them grow and develop. That we're older and stuff like that.
I guess if I was a stronger Digimon fan, which I thought I was, to at least feel something for this. But I remember watching the first 3 episodes of Try, and I'm like, no, this isn't all that good.
And for the name you mentioned, Jared, it's not Last Adventure, it's Last Evolution. So that probably is like some type of plot device.
Right.
He's gonna come into super
No, I could have. No, I'm not saying because of the title. It was they said something about their last adventure. Because in the trailer, like, oh yeah, are we gonna like leave when you get older? It's like, oh, I'll never leave, and I'm just like, okay, you say you're never gonna leave, but are you really never gonna leave? Is this like the last? That's what I'm saying. How are they gonna spin this to be like, oh yeah, by the way, everyone's dead. Agumon left Tai or whatever, and this is now a new series.
They don't die though.
I'm just saying, never mind.
The humans.
No, I meant the Digimon.
I thought you were talking about the humans.
I wasn't talking about the Digimon. I was just talking about, like the main character Tai. He like dies or sacrifices himself for Agumon.
Come on, son. You know that shit.
I know. I'm not saying it is going to happen. I'm just saying, how are they going to cash grab this into a new series like what Super did? The Super added Beerus. Like, oh yeah, we got gods, we got all this shit.
You're asking how are they gonna?
Yeah, how they
continue?
Yeah, that's
I
what.
don't think they're going in that direction.
Like I'm saying, even if they did, like if they wanted to, how could they? You know what I mean?
I can't answer that because I don't think they're going in that direction.
Gotcha.
So I don't have the faintest clue because it really seems like, yeah, this is like a final farewell. And if they don't do it like that, then everything that this trailer was talking about is pretty pointless then. Even the fucking name could be pointless. So yeah, that's as much time as I want to give Digimon, to be honest with you.
This mission is a failure.
Oh yeah, Troy, am I supposed to capture this dude? Whoops.
Okay, so damn, I swear to God, I didn't want to save Spider-Man for last, but we might have to save it for last because when we do our movie reviews, we get so long-winded, and fuck it, no, we're going into Spider-Man right now.
Okay.
So
Nah, save it. Let's talk about.
Yeah, exactly, son. All right, move on. Let's go.
No, let's talk about the Switch. It's something we get a little bit more in depth with. That could be like a one and done.
The Smole.
Okay, cool. So for everybody who doesn't know, Smole. It is kind of. I mean, if you look at the design.
No, it is.
It's small. It's Nintendo Lite.
Yeah. Well, Nintendo Switch Lite, but yeah.
Nintendo Switch. I mean, Switch Mini.
Sure.
No.
I said sure.
The Switch.
What's the official name for this again?
Nintendo Switch Lite.
Oh, that's the official name?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Or the Nintendo Switch SS for a single screen.
Ooh, I think. But then again,
And SS.
Nintendo has never. I don't know what I was expecting. Nintendo really has never been all that great when it came to naming things. So I'm not sure
or online play.
We don't have to go there, Jared. Okay,
I will go
every
there.
Single show.
I will go there. And it isn't every single show.
They're Japanese, okay? They ain't gotta worry about shit because they, you know, that pretty much all of Japan is a big ass land party anyway, son. They ain't gotta.
And their net's 100% better than ours.
Yeah, I'm about to say they got that 10 ping going on over there in like Korea and shit.
10 ping going.
Sean, have you seen
Racist joke?
That is not a racist joke.
Which segues into Mulan.
No, I was gonna say, have you ever seen you know who SKT Faker is, right? Well, he's a famous League of Legends player, probably one of the best in the world, probably known as the best in the world. But have you ever looked at his stream? This dude literally rocks a solid 9 to 10 ping at all fucking times.
Oh, is he Korean?
Yes.
What
type of dumbass question is that?
What type of dumbass
Well,
question?
he could have been Japanese.
Well,
There's a difference.
We are politically correct on the IMO podcast.
PC.
Sure.
That's what the P and the C in podcast stands for.
What's it stand for?
Stop. Please stop.
Political correctness.
Hey, I don't know.
Yo,
Man.
I don't know this nigga.
You've
I get
come
your
a
man.
long way from the first couple episodes, let me tell you. Came a long fucking way. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Switch.
Yeah, switch.
Switch
Yeah,
small.
My fault. Switch small. Jared, do you want one?
Nope.
Do you have a Switch?
Yep. That's exactly why I'm not getting this damn thing.
Yeah, but why not?
Because it's like, okay, why would I want to buy another Switch that is gonna be like smaller than this? Because it's Nintendo. Son, I got Smash. I'm good.
Well, to make actual arguments for it, because Andre's 100% memeing
No,
right now.
No,
Are you not memeing? Okay.
I'm not Switch.
I know. Well, there is a lot of not a lot. There are some benefits to actually buying this one over having the big boy Switch. For one, D-pad comes already on it. You could do a lot to your Switch to add that D-pad on there yourself.
Right.
And there's even customizations that you can buy, like put it on there as well. But I think the main reason why I actually want to buy this is so that I could just have my dedicated Switch at home and carry my small Switch here with me whenever I go out. Plus with the cloud saving thing, that's going to use like loads easier on me. Not loads easier, but it'll be kind of an easier transition than most games. So I can have that for the big boy titles that I want to sit down and play. And I'll have my small one for like my dedicated, like these are my handhelds and stuff I want to play when I'm out type of setup.
But don't you already like take your Switch outside?
Yeah, I do, but this makes it so I can just carry a smaller item.
So why are they making it to where one of the functions for the original Switch is obsolete at that point?
Well,
the feature of like bringing the shit portable.
This isn't geared towards like me, you, or Andre, or anyone who already owns a Switch. This is geared towards kids, and stuff. But there is like a level of functionality that you can use if you already own one. And I think Doug Bowser, the new Nintendo of America guy,
That's right. His name, that dude's name is legit Bowser. That's how he got the job.
Yeah, that's the only reason he
got
the job.
That's the only reason he got the job.
Yeah. Don't even try and play yourself like that. Like that was
facts. They're also going to add more a system in place that'll help you connect between the big Switch and small Switch.
Right.
Holy shit, they got. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm rewatching the trailer, and this is completely off topic, and they got this nigga on a twin bed, and I'm like, this nigga is way too big to be on a twin fucking bed. But I'm sorry, it just messed with me. It's even get a big boy bed. Damn. Go ahead, Maurice.
Costs money, son.
I mean, no, man, you need a big boy bed at a certain age, son. Don't at 18 and going up, you need that full size, son. You need that full size bed.
Facts. Okay.
Just saying.
Fair enough. So yeah, I mean, the reasons to get it do not justify you getting it, but it could be an interesting accessory for a certain smaller group of people. But I do think the mark that it's very clearly marketed towards another group.
Right.
Operator.
Okay.
Orders wonders.
Like when you and your girl, your wife, have a kid, have two kids maybe, You can buy them 2 Switches instead of just having
the whole game
one and have
fucked
a
up.
fight over it. Yep.
Here you go, children. Make daddy proud. Who's the strongest?
It's like you got the
Settle it and smash.
You got the Mortal Kombat fucking announcer saying fight. I'm like, yep,
Right.
we got it, we good.
We are. I'm sorry, Maurice was talking about Smash. I was talking about fight to the death in real life.
I was talking about Mortal Kombat. Like, I want to see some fucking fatalities.
One kid picks up a knife, the other one picks up a spear. It's mine. No, it's mine.
Civil War.
Dad loves me more. You bitch. Jared just in the background.
I'm just crunching on popcorn on my throne like Shao Kahn. I'm just saying.
Why are you doing this to your children?
I ain't doing nothing to my children. They want to see who's
They're
best.
doing it to themselves by being weak.
Yo, Maurice, one more time for the people in the next.
You don't get to play into it.
He said it's their fault for being weak.
I only need the strongest as my actual son.
I mean,
Whoever wins
Fire
is the
Lord-
one.
Isn't that what Thanos did with?
Ozai.
I'm gonna say, isn't that what
Okay,
Thanos?
son. Whoever wins is the one I love.
I mean,
Yeah.
look at Gamora and Nebula with Thanos.
Oh yeah, facts.
Okay. That's
Boom. That's 2 fucking examples.
This is what happens when you're 6'4". You become evil.
Yo, what the fuck? Is that? Son, I can't lie. Them
That's
niggas.
what
Were,
happened.
actually, yeah, Shao Kahn and this nigga Thanos was big as shit. I can't even argue
All
about that.
tall niggas are evil. Son. That's just how
Damn.
that goes. Look at Thanos. I think it was like 9'8".
Son, that nigga was just too big. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
that's you. Son. You're 6'4" and shit.
I think
After a
Hulk
certain-
was like 7'10" or some shit, and Thanos like had a couple inches on him.
I think you're a little bit taller than that.
I mean, that's like 8 feet tall. God damn. So I ain't that big. So at that point, I'm just making all my clothes. If I'm like 8'4", I'm making all my clothes. I ain't buying shit.
Yeah, good luck with that.
So good luck with finding that shit. That's what I'm talking about. I might as well.
There's never been a person that's been 8 feet.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna make the shit. Like fuck like buying this.
You got money then. You better be getting it. You better
No,
be
it's
getting
more-
those fucking rebounds.
No, it's all about time,
You
bro.
fucking don't. You talking about making some fucking clothes.
He's like, you better
Nigga,
make
you
it some
don't catch
fucking.
this ball? Nigga, damn.
Wow.
Anyway, Nintendo Lite. I like it. I might get it.
Yeah, it has
I got the spare
3
cash.
colors. 3 colors. You know,
I've never-
$200.
If I never, if oh good.
I might get the yellow one.
The
I was
yellow.
damn. I was thinking about that too.
The yellow one's kind of hot.
Yeah, it is. And they have a special edition Pokemon one that's coming out too.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I guess we can
So-
say goodbye to the 3DS and all that shit. That shit is
The
dead.
fuck is that?
Well, they came out with an article saying that it's not dead or in some interview or whatever the fuck. But I'm pretty sure this is looking.
Okay.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, like what?
This is looking
See-
like a DS killer. Like
Yeah, this map has any data.
Like it's around the same price point. It plays stronger games. A lot of the DS's catalog is getting pushed over to Switch. This is looking like a wrap.
I'm just saying, like Nintendo can say, oh yeah, the DS isn't dead. I'm like, all right, but what about themselves
Yeah,
though?
no.
Yeah.
Like you release a new Pokemon title on the DS, watch that shit not sell anything. But you release something on that Switch, bro, you about to make some money. Then you gonna make your decisions. Like, is the DS really dead? Yeah, it's dead, fam. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we was joking.
Like we was
Jokes,
mean, man.
bro.
I'm about to say, like the fan base tells you whether or not shit's dead or not you.
Okay, so we've reached the part of the show where me and Mar- are going to talk about Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Yeah,
I would love to say this is going to be spoiler-free, but you already know.
We never
I watched it,
discussed
by the way.
it.
Yeah, it's
You did?
Yeah, I watched it.
Hello? Hello?
Like I could have sworn
Well,
I told
this
you I.
just in.
This
This just
in.
in, ladies.
Look,
Wait,
I've
hold on,
told you.
wait,
Jared,
wait,
watch
wait,
the
wait,
fucking-
hold on, wait, I'm just getting
Well,
Jared Merritt has watched a fucking movie. We go live to the scene. Maurice, please tell us what's going on.
Yeah, it happened here about 2 minutes ago. Jared openly admitted that.
son. Oh my god.
Let me just take it to Jared. Jared, oh hold on, this nigga tall as shit. Let me get a sex skill.
I
Hey Jared.
so much.
I wish you had banked something against the desk to like kind of simulate it like crashing down.
Hey Jared. Let me get on top of your Dodge Charger to get so we can be on equal.
This nigga. My face hurts.
Jared, Mr. Jared, please away.
What's up, yeah? What's up?
Not like this.
Oh my
So what did you think of Spider-Man? Oh, I can actually say this. What did you think of
Niggas still in disbelief. Like, after.
Like, this is actually happening.
Yeah, actually, no, let's start with that. What did you think about
Hey,
Spider-Man?
son,
Jared?
What
this
did
should
I
never
think?
happen. What do you think?
I'm gonna listen for a change, nigga.
You're
Let's
gonna
go.
listen?
Wait, let's take a break.
Honestly,
Let's take a break for a second. Go ahead. Go. Do.
well, when I thought of the movie, I thought it was actually really, really well, honestly. I was kind of skeptical. Well, not skeptical, but I was, like, really wondering how they were going to make this whole epilogue of, like, you know, Tony dying, like, everyone's dealing with that. And personally, I felt as though this did really well, honestly. It showed basically Spider-Man dealing with this, you know, the pressure of, like, being the next Iron Man, you know, filling those shoes. And it kind of gave me a little bit more perspective that, hey, Spider-Man's kind of just a kid. Like, he really is. This isn't no Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield of, like, a 26-year-old man playing, like, a 14-year-old, you know what I mean? So I thought it was really well.
This nigga actually watched the movie. Holy shit.
Oh, my
So
God.
what the fuck is going? What day is it? Remember the Daily Show? July 10th, 2019. I'm probably the only one that watched the Daily Show.
Yeah,
Never mind.
yeah.
Damn,
Well,
that was the
memes-
Never mind. Never mind.
Memes to the side for a second, because I actually want to piggyback off of that point that you made, Jared. So I love the shift between the character from movie 1 to movie 2. Movie 1, he was super eager, ready to get out there, take on Thanos or someone of the like, because he was like really eager to like prove himself and show everyone that, you know, he can be Spider-Man.
Right.
But
I
then
was
in
like,
this
shit.
movie, yeah.
Y'all niggas leave me alone.
It's like, I just want to live my
But
life,
this
bro.
movie- Exactly. This movie is a completely different person. Like someone who's more grounded, rooted in what he knows in what he needs to do. Almost like a Batman mentality. Like, you know, I have my lane, I stay in it, and that's what I do. That's what I do best.
I want
That's
to be
where
a
I
friendly
operate.
neighborhood Spider-Man.
Exactly,
Bitch, you've been
yeah.
to space.
So, yeah, that's like, bitch, you've been to space.
Shout out to Samuel Jackson.
Yo,
Always bringing the classics.
So that man was a savage. He's like, okay, go back to your classroom before they get suspicious. I understand. My man finessed the whole situation. It's like, you gonna save this world. Like, I hope you understand that you're gonna save the world.
You know what made this movie so relatable to me?
Well,
The entire time, and just like, I think we can all relate to this, especially Peter Parker and his story can definitely relate to this. All my man Peter wanted was some cheeks, dog. That's all.
he really did. He really
That's
did.
all he wanted.
Just
Just wanted to smash.
That's all he wanted, dog. This nigga Nick Fury would not let my man go in. And it would have been perfect too. My man is in Europe. He got the girl right there. That's all he.
My
wanted.
man
He
is
just
in
want-
He is in basically the capital of love right now, and he's just trying to smash.
son.
Right. Got Black Dahlia in hand, Spider Web Shooter in the other, son. He's about to wrap this girl up.
Right, son. He
Literally.
Then here comes Nick Fury's cock blocking ass. Nah, nigga, you gotta save the world again. Come on, Nick. I'm just trying to
smash, bro.
smash, man. I swear to God, he comes up. He just comes out in this one scene where he's like, "Look, man, I'm not trying to save the world. I'm just trying to be with this girl I really like and smash. That's all I'm trying to do."
Right, son? Is there a problem with that, son?
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta let a young man be a young man, Nick Fury. Damn.
No, I mean that speaks parallels to life as you were kind of like going on. Like you stay a kid for as long as you can because when adult life hits you, it's gonna hit like a mother.
That shit hits hard, don't it, Peter? Wait until you reach the next phase when you go to the Spider-Man PS4 era. Ooh, man, you about to get dummy wild on you.
Oh yeah. I love how they didn't like write this from a story of like him just having like extreme bad luck in everything he did.
Oh yeah,
those get kind of annoying after a while. Like
That was appreciated.
yeah, what's it called? Murphy's Law, like Spider-Man, basically.
Yeah.
Or pretty much just all of Spider-Man 2.
Facts.
Son, everything that could go wrong went wrong with Peter Spider-Man 2. I'm like, God damn. This nigga almost got evicted. Your girl leave you. Your best friend is fighting you.
Yep.
Your aunt. You told your aunt the truth, and she's like, "I need a minute, bro." I'm like,
And you still want to be Spider-Man.
right? Shit was crazy.
Like, isn't that like the definition of a catch-22? You can have superpowers, but
right. My man didn't have a dime to his name. I'm like, come on, son. You're over here, you're in New York.
Oh yeah, and the fucking newspaper hates you. Like they just want to slander your name with everything you do.
Right, son. Shout out to Toby.
But okay, but back to the story. So, I mean, obviously there was a twist.
Huh? Surprise! We knew that was. We didn't had no idea that was gonna happen at all.
So it all did. Obviously to us, it probably wasn't so much of a twist. I was actually thinking of the mid credits twist, but we'll get to that once.
Well, yeah.
Can
for
I say
me,
one?
I didn't know.
Oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead, man. You start.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen it. No, you've seen it. Go ahead.
Yeah,
so,
please.
One thing that I thought was
Tell us what you think.
right. So one thing that I found interesting, and like, cause one of my friends I was talking about is like, oh yeah, we knew Mysterio was a villain from Spider-Man, like from the comics or whatever, from original works of Spider-Man. But I was like, but then again, the Skrull were supposedly the villains, not the Kree. And then they kind of made the Skrulls the good guys. That's why I was like, I felt as though the twist. I can't say it was like a predictable or not predictable. I'm not gonna say they couldn't have made Mysterio actually a good guy. I was actually really hoping that they kind of would have made Mysterio a good guy just to go with this whole.
What's funny? I was actually thinking. It twitched in the back of my head for 1 second. Well, before the movie came out, like, oh, maybe they're actually trying to make Mysterio the good guy. But you know what killed it? The fucking elementals.
Right.
Once they introduced them, I'm like, nope.
This makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, that's 100% Mysterio.
But I will say they did a really good job selling them.
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
a perfect job. Like,
you know what?
Even I walked in because I was thinking like they're either gonna go like what Jared said with the Skrull. It's gonna be left or right. I don't know until they get to a certain point in the movie and I can determine who the actual villain is.
Yeah,
right.
Especially with that fake suicide mission on the fire ornamental, I'm like, yeah, this dude's obviously taking this shit.
You know what was really good, and this is actually a testament to Jake Gyllenhaal. He's actually a really good actor. Yeah. You can kind of like tell that he was kind of faking the entire time. It's like you're watching it and you're going like, there's not something quite right about everything that he's saying. His delivery. Oh,
you mean that line for "Don't apologize for being the smartest person in the room"?
Yeah.
I was like, villain, 0.1 villain.
Right.
Yeah. And then it kind of felt like okay, he's kind of pretending just a little bit, but he's doing just enough to sell the lie, like Marie said. But you don't really like know until they like actually reveal it. You don't know whether like, okay, is Jake Gyllenhaal just like decided not to act? Or is he just acting so incredibly good that you don't know what exactly he's actually planning? And I think that was actually really smart. So that's once again another W for a Spider-Man villain because we had Kevin fucking Kevin Costner? No, I'm thinking of Batman. What was the nigga?
Oh,
the Vulture.
Damn.
From,
yeah. I don't know. I forget his name too. He played Birdman as well.
Yeah, and he's a ridiculously good actor. And then we get Jake Gyllenhaal, who, he's keeping the tradition alive. So that was
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. There we go. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was really good. I do have a little bit of a gripe with the first half of too lighthearted at times when it comes to like the snap and how they
the blip. You mean the blip?
I'm sorry, the blip. The one kid who was 16 but now he's 21. Like he was basically just all pretty much comic relief. And I think they could have did something a little bit deeper with that because for one, why the fuck is this nigga even here? He's 21. That's one. Right. So why is he going in this class trip? And two, I just feel that like they could have went in the direction of, well, you guys kind of stayed the same age while I grew up, and it's like you guys are back in the day or something like that. But they decided not to go there, and I just feel that and this is kind of like my problem with some of the Marvel movies as a whole. Ever since Guardians of the Galaxy came out, they've been trying to sprinkle in some Guardians of the Galaxy mannerisms in there in all of their movies since then. And sometimes it doesn't kind of work. And right. I think in this movie, in the first half of this movie, they try to do some things like that. And it in this case it kind of works because they're teenagers and they do like teenagers do stupid shit like punch each other in the dick and shit like that.
That live stream, man, just got straight
Yeah.
rocked.
Yeah, like I can understand it there, but I was looking for a little bit something a little bit more deeper if they wanted to slow it down that much for the first half before they ramp it up, and boy do they ramp it up in the second half. So that was kind of my gripe.
I don't disagree with that. I don't think that it would have been better a different way. However, I think that what we got and how we got it kind of plays into the theme of the movie. You know, again, portraying like this Peter kid, living, having the best days of his fucking life, and then real shit just starts happening in the later half of the movie, especially at the very end with the mid-credit scene. Life just hits hard, right?
Like real,
I think that was intentional because they had like more footage that they could have shown, like him with the in the trailer with the police officers and making a joke with them, and then the scenes where he's picking up all of his like essentials and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like they could have definitely added all that stuff in, but I think they chose not to, just so that they could try to take away a bit of the pacing, which I think I thought they did a good job with it. It was very slow, but I thought it was serviceable for the movie.
Okay.
You just try to get the kids like as quickly to Europe as possible.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that I feel that they could have got them to Europe a little bit quicker.
Even faster.
Yeah.
Breakneck speed.
Yeah, because they kind of linger on a couple things for me, but that's fine because I actually do enjoy these characters except for the fact I don't really enjoy his character all that much. But
I love the fact that Peter smacked the shit out of him.
Right.
He wouldn't give the phone back.
Oh yeah.
It's like, yes, finally, just use your powers against him. It's not gonna kill you.
The Steven Universe effect. He's just a good person, Maurice. But anyway, speaking to that second half, now that I've said, one of my main flaws with it, spoiler, we get the big reveal that Mysterio is evil. Whoa, didn't see that shit coming. And I've heard somebody else say this, so this isn't 100% genuinely my sort of
Opinion?
yeah, there we go. Because I heard somebody else say it, I just agree with it. I think that Mysterio might be the most comic accurate villain that at least the most comic accurate Spider-Man villain we've seen on the big screen so far.
Vulture?
Why would Doc Ock not be?
Yeah.
Well, no, they mean like personality and everything.
Oh.
But I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah, because
Like-
when I think of Mysterio, and I'll be granted, I don't know the character like too in depth, but I know some of his mannerisms. I know some of the things that he's trying to like, do and achieve and shit. Like he's nothing but a big ass attention. That's pretty much it, and he's kind of a whiny bitch most of the time. And the way that he fucks with Spider-Man is actually, I thought that shit was pretty good and pretty.
Oh, that whole sequence. Let's just take a second to wait.
Dude.
Not yet.
Dude.
I don't know how I feel about that statement you said earlier. I think that the Mysterio's like the most comic book accurate villain. I don't know if that just like how Jared said, Vulture. I don't know if that just lines up with him. And Doc Ock was pretty damn close. Like pretty fucking close too.
Yeah, but I feel it didn't play
in
up
terms
the
of, like, the
mad
science-
I feel it didn't play up the mad genius side of Doc Ock all that much.
If he had more time, I'm pretty sure they would have gone that route. But it was like because we were seeing him like descent into madness.
Oh, he was definitely sympathetic. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Like that, his descent into that villain that he was actually extremely good. But I feel that in every other version of Doc Ock that we always get in every other medium, he is like this super crazed mad genius, can match Peter beat for beat, well sometimes outdoing Peter beat for beat as far as intellect goes. And we didn't really get too much of that in Spider-Man 2. But then again, comic book movies wasn't at that stage to do shit like that at the time. So I guess I can give that a pass. So But let's talk about Mysterio fucking with Spider-Man for a second.
Yo.
Oh my god, that sequence
Dude.
was amazing.
That shit
Like,
was great.
I'm just like, yo, this shit is straight up OP. Like, you really don't know what is real and what isn't. My man just messing with you right now.
Yeah, that shit was.
He's like, this isn't real. Do you know that? And then just drops an illusionary MJ. And he goes for it. I'm like, dog, you really don't. You have no idea. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part was actually really well done. I don't know who's like actually responsible for that one scene, that one idea.
It was they brought the nigga who made that the dream sequence scene from Doctor Strange. They had to.
Yeah.
Probably.
Who else they gonna get?
Probably.
I'll wait.
He said, I'll
Okay,
wait.
son. Okay, son. But yeah, the way that he really fucked with Spider-Man there, to the point where he basically kills himself. Like,
Right? Just made himself walk into a train. Like, literally just
Yeah.
walk into the fucking ambulance.
It reminded me of that Rick and Morty episode where he was like in a simulation within a simulation. You remember that? You guys say that? Did you see that?
I haven't seen that one.
Did you see it? Okay, so that one scene when Nick Fury came out and stuff like that, and I was just kind of sketchy, like, why is he here?
Yeah.
He shouldn't be here.
right.
No, are you talking about when he was fucking with Spider-Man?
Yeah.
It was wasn't it he went to Nick Fury to like try to tell him what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I'll be 100% with you. That the first time that they showed Nick Fury and he got to the car, I kind of suspected it. What I didn't suspect was right after the illusion, and Nick Fury shoots Mysterio. I was like, ooh, okay, great. Hold up, shit, nigga, this is an illusion too.
right, son?
Yes.
This shit's
I was
broken.
like, oh damn.
This shit's broken.
Oh man,
yo.
that nigga
Like,
just fucking with you at this point, son.
he wasn't using the Peter tingle.
Okay, son.
The
I
Peter
hate you.
tingle.
I
Son, the Peter tingle. Yo. Oh my god.
But yeah, they really got me on that. This movie actually has a few twists and turns in it,
And then-
especially if you're not a comic book fan.
And honestly, at the very end, like where the last illusion where Peter actually saw through that shit, I didn't even see that shit coming. I'm like, whoa, I thought you,
Oh,
because
yeah.
they did that so
That
well.
was instant.
Oh,
I basically missed it.
Yeah,
Like, I
so-
blinked and like the dude was just right there and Peter just grabbed his hands like,
Yeah,
oh,
so
shit.
I was
Oh,
like,
right.
hold up, because they played it off so well of like him getting shot by the drone. I'm just like, yo, this shit really is too much. Like, how do you fight against someone who literally, like, when I thought about it, it reminded me of Aizen from Bleach. Like, my man has complete control over your senses, bro. Like, how do you fight this shit?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was crazy.
Just switch gears a little bit. What do you guys think of Peter and quote unquote MJ moving forward with the version of MJ that they had?
Don't text
I am
shit.
happy. I'm happy with this. I think that girl is like pretty as fuck, and she needs to be in more stuff.
She actually is in a lot of things though.
I know she's in this other series I watched called the OA.
Please
don't watch
stop. I want to watch
know.
that.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do want to watch that.
Oh shit!
Is that that's the high school drama one, right?
No, kinda.
The OA? What the fuck is the OA then?
It's on Netflix. Have you seen it on Netflix?
The OA. The IA. I think the one I was talking about was on something. Okay, no, not this. Something else.
Yeah.
Something else.
Well, she's on that, and I was really surprised to see her in that. That was pretty fucking cool.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job, Zendaya. What the fuck is her real name?
Zendaya Coleman?
Okay, so all the times I just looked up her name, right? In Wikipedia it just says Zendaya. How come? What's up with her and her last name?
I think it's Zendaya
don't
Coleman.
want
I'm pretty sure it's Zendaya Coleman.
Say what?
I'm pretty sure it's Zendaya Coleman. I'm like 98% positive.
No, you're right. It's just whenever she's introduced, it's never Zendaya Coleman. It's just Zendaya.
I mean, whenever Samuel Jackson ever introduces Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, but that's his full name.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I mean, I feel as though it kind of doesn't matter because you know who they're talking about. Because it's not really another Zendaya that I know of that's famous.
That's true, but if that's the case, we could have said, "Here's Kanye." instead of just saying Kanye West like we all.
I mean, well, I give granted, but I feel as though like saying Kanye West flows out the tongue rather than Zendaya Coleman, just Zendaya. You know what I mean?
Continue to defend.
I don't know. I feel as though it kind of doesn't matter because you know who they're talking about. You know what I mean?
True.
Oh
Like,
shit, she was a Disney star?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. You don't remember what was that fucking dance? Shake It Up. That was the fucking thing when I first saw her.
Shake It Up.
Oh,
I'm not sure why I remember Shake It Up because
It was because it's Zendaya. Like that's why.
Nah, because I remember distinctly just like turning off Disney Channel after like 2008. Like there was just nothing else there for me after a certain age. When all of your programming was pretty much iCarly, yeah, I kind of zoned out of that shit.
iCarly was. Okay.
So yeah, but anyway, back to Spider-Man. That last action sequence was really good too.
Mm-hmm.
I was pleasantly surprised. I thought they would kind of like phone it in or kind of be lazy with some things compared to like what I was seeing from trailers and shit. But no, all of the stuff was like it was really well done. It was in character. I'm a sucker for like character action versus just like what they call roller coaster action.
Right.
Like when you give like your character a purpose for the action that he's doing and why he's going so hard versus something like Hobbs and Shaw. That would be considered like roller coaster action.
You didn't have to
just
say
doing
that out
action for the
loud.
sake of action.
You didn't have to say that out loud.
Yeah, so like Harry Potter would be character action and Fast and Furious would just be roller coaster action.
So I want to bring up one other thing. So anyone get a Captain America vibe from when he Jimmy rigged that fucking shield and mace type shit?
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
I got that.
That was the exact joke. Yeah.
Yeah, because remember with did any of you guys watch Men in Black, right? The international.
Nope.
Yeah.
You remember the Thor reference?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what I think they were going with. That I'm like, okay, so they got a Thor reference, a Captain America reference. I'm like, okay, I'm okay with this.
Yeah. I love the Tony Stark scene because I really missed those because I don't think they've done them for a while. Like when he's just like labbing it up,
Right?
like actually labbing it up in his fucking workshop with music playing. Like they haven't done that for a while. I actually kind of missed that.
Dude, like literally at the very beginning of the movie, they played at God, I can't remember her name. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. They basically like play with my emotions. Like, yo, oh yeah, by the way, Tony's dead and we miss him a lot. I'm like, why you gotta make me upset when I watch this movie? Like, come on, bro.
Right.
Like,
dude.
why?
Can
It's
we
like
talk about why they made Aunt May so fucking hot, son?
They're going
Milfs
back in
are in
time,
this
bro.
shit?
Son.
That shit is bonkers, son. I was like, hey, yo, happy.
You got to step to the side, my man. It's like,
Yeah, you might want to check yourself there, so you're
Like,
getting a little too friendly over there.
so you going to see me, son. Like, you might have to worry about Peter, but so you going to see me. Like,
Right, so you're gonna be worried about Nick Fury. Oh man.
but you gonna
Get away
catch
from
these
all
hands, son. But nah, and then he's like, oh yeah, like Peter had like a talk with them. It's like, so are you guys dating? Yes, no. Oh, that got awkward real fast.
No, that shit was, son. That was the saddest part of the movie.
That shit got awkward so
Hilarious.
fast.
Are you
Hilarious.
dating? No, yes. Oh,
So y'all two figure that shit out.
right. Oh, right. So now that we've gotten to the end, let's talk about the first mid-credit scene. Wait, which one was the first one?
The first one
Oh,
was
yeah.
the reveal, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna be very honest with you. I understand them taking Spider-Man in a new direction, which they pretty much done. Well, Homecoming wasn't exactly a new direction. That's pretty much just classic Spider-Man. But Far From Home, I'd say that was a little bit different for a Spider-Man story. But
Yeah. But there's just certain I think I know what you're getting at. There's just certain things you can never ever change because you just find that perfect number 2 pencil, that perfect combo,
Yeah.
that make you feel good game, that perfect fucking actor. J.K. Simmons reprising this role as fucking
Okay.
J. Jonah Jameson. That shit was god. That was a good one, right? That was, I know.
Yeah, I thought you were going somewhere else with that, but
No.
they did. Yeah.
How else do you introduce somebody like that? Like you tell me.
I'm surprised that it wasn't spoiled for anybody. Like usually we hear about shit like that well in advance of when the movie comes out, but nah, I looked up, I'm like, oh shit, they got J.K. Simmons back. I was really mad.
Oh, probably because it was on a fucking Tuesday.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, J.K. Simmons made that little cameo, but I don't like how they reveal Spider-Man's identity at the end of the movie. I'm not. I like my Spider-Man classic.
Right.
Secret identity intact.
I feel you, but nah, B.
Okay.
It's a,
like even in the comics, like they just stopped that shit. Like J. Jonah Jameson found out who he was.
Man, fuck the comics.
And like the whole world pretty much found out he was Peter Parker. Peter Parker was Spider-Man. I think during the Superior Spider-Man comic book.
I think it happens a lot of times actually, but
no, I mean like the whole world. Well, yeah, fair enough. But the whole world found out.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I want to see how that secret identities matters in this universe anyway.
Yeah, but I mean that just raises. Well, yeah, that's true, and it also just raises the stakes for Sinister Six.
Right.
Because we're eventually getting that.
Yeah, but it's like, what can Sinister Six do when
they
Peter
know
has the
who he
Avenger?
is?
They got MJ's number, bro.
Yeah, I'm
they
pretty
about
sure
to go
he can
knock
just...
on Aunt May's door.
There have been
like,
police
hey,
house in the comics where like the Sinister Six just kind of got the jump on Peter without him being able to contact anyone for help. Even people that have been like created in his universe specifically designed to help him.
True. You know what? What if, and this is chaos theory thinking here, what if, because I know for a fact they're not going to keep the fact that everybody knows who Spider-Man is forever, because that's kind of like a core thing of Spider-Man. He keeps his identity.
No, they could that they could definitely fucking change that. I mean, they're not changing it. They'll definitely gonna keep that. Well, I feel like they are. They wouldn't show it.
I think with them introducing the whole multiverse thing, kind of, sort of, I guess.
Wasn't that all bullshit though?
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
And then think about the very first Iron Man movie. Like, what is this movie about? Like, people looking for the next Iron Man, who's gonna lead us into like the next phase of Marvel. All of that, like related to Peter. Iron Man said the same thing. The same line was kind of said about Iron Man at the end of the movie. Like,
I am
just
Iron
announced.
Man.
Yeah,
I think it's different. Peter's not a billionaire playboy philanthropist.
No, but that's what makes him better.
That's what makes him Queens.
But that's what makes him different from Tony. Like everything. There's similarities, but nothing's quite exactly the same.
Except for the glasses, though.
I just don't see. I don't know. I think it's more of a. I just see him as more of an adult thing. That, you know, in order to be doing this stuff, well, for one, you got to be, you know, have a driver's license, I guess. But,
my man still
and then think about throughout the movie, like damn near everyone knew his name anyway. Like they even said, yeah, the mask ain't gonna do you no good in here. Everyone knows who you are already. You can go ahead and take it off.
Yeah, but the public didn't know that.
True, but I think they were trying to open this up to this possibility that pretty much everyone knows at this point. Because even way more people know than any of the TV shows and any of the early comics. Like his aunt knows. His aunt knows. A lot of his friends know, or some of the Avengers know who he is as well.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm kind of interested to see where they're gonna go with this now that everyone knows. Like, how are they gonna spin this?
Yeah, like, what is the story that you guys have in mind? In ways, I can't really say it feels shoehorned, because this definitely happens a lot of times in comics for some fucking reason with Spider-Man. And they seem to do well with it, but with here, it's like, are y'all sure y'all want to go this route? Because a lot of that charm that you get from these Spider-Man movies so far was him trying to keep his identity.
Oh yeah, like with the fucking in the beginning of the movie, or not the beginning, but when he's fighting that water elemental and he's wearing that fucking Justice vest. Hey, I can help. I'm sticky and I'm strong and shit. I'm just like, oh my god, this is fucking funny.
And then that whole, I'm sorry, that scene on the bus was actually kind of dumb. I didn't appreciate that scene at all. But
oh yeah, him basically almost killing his. Using Edith. Yeah,
that was kind of dumb. Then he jumps out of the bus.
All secret agent type shit.
Right, and then nobody sees him. Like, okay, you ain't gotta make the audience that damn dumb. But yeah, come on, that was pretty dumb, son. That was pretty
I feel
dumb.
you.
I thought it was funny.
It was funny.
And the last end credit scene where we figure out that
the scroll
Nick Fury wasn't actually Nick Fury, and once again this goes back to acting and writing. I had a feeling that because Nick Fury wasn't exactly like himself, it was really weird. I'm like, why did you say this there, and why did you do this here? It was something I can't explain it. But it was the way that Samuel Jackson was playing his character this one time that made me go,
something
that's
right.
kind of odd. Yeah, something's not right here. And then fair enough, that wasn't really Nick Fury. That was a Skrull. And I was like, oh man, this movie, the writing in this movie is actually pretty decent. So Nick Fury is off doing.
That's twice one movie. They got me.
Who got my shoes?
Nick Fury is out Nick Furying in space, apparently doing the whole Lars of the Stars thing.
Stop.
Oh,
which I would not be mad to get a movie of Nick Fury in space. By
when
the
do
way.
when do you think he got picked up?
That's actually a good question. I mean, obviously, it had to be after Tony died.
I was thinking it was as far back as Winter Soldier.
For that long?
Because you remember how fucked up he got in Winter Soldier?
Winter Soldier. Oh yeah, he did get fucked up in Winter Soldier. But then that would mean that him in Infinity War, Age of Ultron was also a Skrull.
Yeah.
Which there's no, and that's the thing about introducing Skrulls. Like they can pretty much do anything they want. We don't really know. So yeah, they could have said that Nick Fury was only there and then after the first Avengers, that nigga was gone the entire time.
Well, there are also there's another little thing that makes me think that this is what happened. So in the Agents of Shield, of course, well, you don't know, but Samuel Jackson made cameo appearances in that, and he passed off the leadership of Shield to Phil Coulson. And Phil Coulson passed it on to his people, and he went his own way. So I'm thinking he did that. That was a Skrull that did that. It's like right after the Agents of Shield. I mean the Winter Soldier arc. The Skrull Nick Fury just walked up and said, "Coulson, you're the agent now. You work in secrecy. Make it happen."
Oh, you know what? You know what kind of debunks that? How would the Skrull know to kill Captain Marvel?
They all interacted with Captain Marvel, and Captain Marvel's been going off doing God knows what elsewhere. That could be either Alpha Flight or Sword, which is both are kind of intergalactic threat handlers. Good thing.
So what do we think Nick Fury is doing?
I think he's handling intergalactic threats. At some point he healed up, and now he's leading the Alpha Flight team or the Sword team.
Everybody get back to work. Where's my shoes? I was like, okay, that's Nick Fury right there. So yeah. So all right. So here we go. Ratings. Who wants to go first?
I'm gonna say 9.
Okay.
Pacing was a little bit off. I can openly admit to that. I thought it was overall just an enjoyable time. Great writing. You knew how things were going to play out, but they did a really good job of trying to hide what was actually happening.
Right.
Aside from the posters leading up to the event, not the event. Aside from the posters leading up to the movie, I thought it was just pretty spot on work, from an art standpoint, writing, and that's kind of
it. Yeah.
Okay.
I honestly would give it a 9. I agree with a lot of what Marie said. The one thing that's kind of stopped me from giving it a 10 is the fact that I really don't like it where shit is just really obvious. Because it was really obvious that the dude was going to betray them. And it wasn't the fact of knowing of Mysterio's character. It was the fake suicide. It's I should have done this a long time ago or the first time. And then he's just okay. That's
I think
it.
all of that was intentional.
I get it. But it's just I didn't like it. I wish they kind of tried harder, I guess, to fake it. Because, I mean, at one point, I literally feel like I'm watching a horror movie. It's like, how the fuck do you guys not see this? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how I felt. And it's just like, I didn't want this movie to have, like, you know, those horror movie mistakes where it's like an obvious mistake. Like with, you know, Peter giving the damn glasses away when this is obviously him manipulating them. I'm just saying. But yeah, those are my main gripes. But other than that, it was really a phenomenal movie. Like, I really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah. I'm going 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah, there were, like I said, I had a little bit more of an issue with that first half than you guys did. More so that it's just that the characters were just, they felt a little too cartoonish at times. And even though they are young, I get it. It's just, I don't know, the Flash Thompson and well, I'm sorry, that whole thing with Ned and his girlfriend, that shit was actually pretty funny. I was laughing every single time. Babe. No, that shit is actually pretty funny because that's how a fucking teenager acts. So
right.
I've actually been there, but yeah, that was actually spot on. So 8.5.
Go ahead.
I felt that things were kind of a little bit too predictable, even though they did fake me out a couple times. It's just like, okay, let's just hurry up and get to the part where Mysterio reveals that, you know, this is what I've been planning, because I don't think anybody really bought that whole elemental stuff. Because it's just not something Spider-Man goes up against. That whole type of foe. It's just,
I'm just like, how is he gonna fight this?
Oh well, I mean, you can't say that because of fucking Electro and Sandman.
Yeah. True.
Yeah,
because
you got me there.
Yeah, I was about to agree with you. I'm like, yeah, how does he fight that? He kind of can't really do that, but then yeah. He kind of can fight that.
You're right. You got me there. You got me there. I don't have a rebuttal.
No, well, granted, he doesn't fight the Elementals, Jared. He doesn't fight Electro and Sandman like traditionally. Like usually he doesn't.
Yeah.
But he finds like creative ways to use science to take them down.
Yeah.
Which I thought we were gonna get here, but kind of no. Just no.
Yeah, cause he threw the rock at him at the fire element. I'm like, what did that do? It did nothing. But okay.
All right. So last question before we go: is anyone else besides myself? Well, no, I already asked this. Never mind. I already know your answers. Fuck. Cause I know in chat, Steven and Caleb kind of mentioned the same thing. Yeah, I actually want to take a little bit of a break from superhero movies and Marvel movies in particular. It's starting to become a little bit too formulaic for me. And then that, you get how many of these movies we get a year? Like 3, 4? I think the most we ever got was like 3 in a year.
Maybe a little bit more than that, but yeah.
Yeah, it's starting. I can see the Disney. I mean, it's kind of mean to call it the Disney formula, but I'll be damned if Disney doesn't have a hand in a lot of the things that happens in these movies. And it feels like sometimes they're kind of playing everything a little bit too safe. The perfect example for that for me would be Captain Marvel. Like, Captain Marvel is a decent movie on a base level, but there's just something so generic and uninspired, and it doesn't really like make me think about, well, not think, but they're not doing anything special.
Right.
Everything is kind of cookie cutter a little bit. And just watching Captain Marvel just made me go like, this is just another damn Marvel
That's
movie.
kind of a bad example.
How so?
Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Or Shazam?
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel was a pretty weak Marvel movie, though.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
I mean, just because like literally whoever produced that, there was like no effort put in whatsoever. Like,
I wouldn't say no effort whatsoever.
well, yeah, that's a little harsh, but it was like very suckish compared to like what we've gotten.
Right.
Yeah, and
even a lot of the scenes just didn't like. I mean, they just didn't come across as like epic or interesting or fun. Like, it didn't, that's the one example where like they just didn't do anything with this.
Okay, so y'all gonna be mad at me. I feel Black Panther is kind of in the same boat.
Not gonna argue that.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure something. Like, I can't really fight that.
Not gonna argue that, but like, again, those are your only 2 examples out of like the many good movies we have.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
okay. Watch this. A good portion of Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange was great.
Okay,
Doctor
so
Strange was great.
I will say that. Okay, so this is kind of one of the things that I've thought about when it comes to like dealing with original or like interesting, and when it comes to like, are you trying to say that these movies are now becoming like quote unquote unoriginal?
Yes.
So okay, I have the same problem, and one of the things I thought about was not necessarily the fact of how original the idea is, but how well they execute it.
Exactly.
And
Like,
I feel as though Black
like,
Panther executed it well, even though it was quote unquote unoriginal.
I feel that Black Panther could have did a little bit more to kind of distinguish itself from the rest.
They're black people.
To piggyback off what you just said, spend a little bit more time in Wakanda. Going to all.
Okay.
He's pretty decent. I don't know. I guess I was just expecting more. I want him to like. I don't know. I want some different camera angles and different cinematography, a different color palette for God's sake.
Different color palette. They just make black. They make black. What is it? They make. Actually, shit. I was gonna say they make Black Panther, but everyone is basically just in like a black white cinematic, like back in like the 70s or 80s or shit like that.
Yeah.
Everything's like black and white. No, not 70s. Sorry, 60s. I'm tripping.
I'm pretty sure that Disney spends a lot of money trying to make it so that all of these movies feel like they're in the same universe, and that can also be a flaw because none of them kind of feel like it's doing its own thing or being original.
Right.
The closest we've come to that in Phase 3, I feel, was Doctor Strange, where I swear to God, if Doctor Strange wasn't a Marvel movie, I think they would have just went a little bit more batshit crazy like they wanted to do. But I feel that no, since it is a Marvel Disney production, they had to limit some of the things that they wanted to do.
I mean, well, just to kind of like counter your argument a little bit, we've had the experimental self-contained stories before, and a lot of those just came across as like they don't really age well. Like out of all of them, like maybe Spider-Man 2 and Dark Knight, Batman Dark Knight are like one of the only ones that stand out, and they do take risks, they experiment with the characters, their backstories, the actors that they choose to play them. And again, they're self-contained stories or self-contained characters in their own worlds, and it just doesn't come across as like that version of the character from the comic. It doesn't come across as like sometimes good. Not saying that Spider-Man 2 and Dark Knight aren't good movies. They're amazing movies, right? But the other ones outside of that realm, like, was it worth it to get to that point?
No.
And like Marvel early on, I will give you that it was very shaky and rocky. Like Iron Man 1 was probably the best Iron Man, and then after that, it just kind of like fell off a little bit, like per movie.
Yeah, I still have a lot of people that will that don't want to admit that a lot of Marvel movies wasn't all that great.
Yeah, like, but I mean, in like the last 5 years, like those Marvel movies have been like pretty fucking great.
They've been pretty good. They've been pretty good. I'm just starting to see the pretty good formula a lot. And that can also be a problem when you're like, we already know like this formula is good, like the Thor Ragnarok formula, which translates into the Guardians of the Galaxy formula, which they tried to put into Captain Marvel, and what they tried to do with Doctor Strange.
Don't even talk to me about Captain Marvel.
Yeah, they I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. I feel sorry for Captain Marvel because that character deserves a lot better.
It's kind of funny. Like it's really interesting, but your guys' critique is kind of like polarizing with the results of that movie. Though the movie's made almost $2 billion.
I know.
That's the funniest thing. It's just like this movie literally made like 1.5 million.
We're probably gonna get more of shit like that too, which is why I'm saying I want to take a little bit of a break and. Like,
I mean, but if that's your only example, then you're just being negative. Like, just like negative for the sake of being negative. I can see if there was like a string of cases where like this was like this isn't like this is showing is trending towards a narrative.
I've given you several movies.
Yeah, you have. But the only trend you're showing me is like every 3 years they can't make a banger. Which is like expected because I don't think every Marvel movie that comes out is going to be great.
But is it worth movies like Black Panther and Captain Marvel being mediocre?
I wouldn't.
To get
I
to
don't
one
think.
banger?
No. I mean, it's not. It's never like one banger. First off, like never. Like if one of the that was like one of the bad movies that year.
Ant-Man.
And then Ant-Man was great. Don't even fucking talk to me. Fucking Ant-Man.
Okay.
Don't even at me, dog. I don't even want to talk.
Don't even at me. Stop.
So I thought Ant-Man was great though.
Ant-Man
again, this is all my opinion. I like them both. I like them both.
Why would you telling me for the longest time to skip Ant-Man?
That was for you. That was your personal thing. Like I love Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I would never tell you to play Xenoblade Chronicles 2 because I know you on the friendship level, and I just know the type of things that you're going to be receptive to and not. I don't think Ant-Man's going to be one of those movies for you. I don't think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is going to be one of those movies to you.
I like Paul Rudd.
If you think you might like Paul Rudd, then you'll go and see it without me saying shit.
Nah, I'm saying I was
okay. So yeah, that's the only reason I said that. But if anyone liked the Marvel movies, I would definitely say Ant-Man's pretty good. Not the best one, but I liked it.
Okay, well, we are woefully over time, but that's what happens when you have hot and spicy content.
I thought you were gonna say pepper beef, but
Why?
This leads me into the
pepper
next
beef
thing.
is too damn spicy.
Oh shit! The fuck are you talking about? This shit is good.
What was that? What was that? Tekken 4, Tekken 5.
Yeah, I think like 4 or 5. It may have been 5. Bong! What are you talking about? This is good. Anyway, that's gonna be it for the IMO podcast. Not the IMO podcast. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends. We're gonna go ahead and sign off and see you guys until next Wednesday.
Peace out, pimps.
Peace.